us a bit about yourself.
Sure. So, I think the headline here is that I am a formerly homeless student. I am an undergrad student of engineering physics at the University of the Pacific, and I have just been accepted into the Pathways program at NASA. So this means I will be rotating between NASA and school while I finish up my undergrad degree and be prepared for a seamless transition into full employment once I'm done with school.
Hmm? Describe a day in your life.
So I'm afraid that as of right now, before I start work, my life isn't all that interesting. As a STEM student, uh, my day pretty much consists of going to school for most of the day, coming home and studying. But when I'm not at school, you can usually find me at my local church, um, services, singing, IT stuff.
Hmm? How many projects are you currently working on?
Right now, I'm working on one project. I am in NASA's La Space Mission Concept Academy. I am acting as the thermal engineer on a small team where we are designing an orbiter to go to Saturn's moon, Enceladus, searching for signs of life, biomarkers, things like that, it's really challenging, but it's a lot of fun. Um, I'm designing systems to manage and regulate temperatures in the vacuum of space.
Mhm. You mentioned that next month you are starting a new position at NASA, and you have had an internship in the past and got involved in the Mission Concept Academy. So, can you tell us more about this exciting experience and what are you looking forward to your new position?
Absolutely. So when I was still a community college student, I was part of NASA's Community College Aerospace Scholars Program, which was really what made me believe that it was even possible for someone like me to break out into this field in this very challenging arena. After that, I was accepted as an intern as a junior research assistant at NASA Goddard. It was this really incredible experience where I was using radio astronomy to figure out what was going on in Venus's atmosphere, figure out wind speeds and composition, again, looking for biomarkers. Um, but now I've been accepted into this Pathways program, which is an amazing opportunity. I will, like I mentioned before, I'll be rotating back and forth between school and work until I graduate. But I'm going to be working on some of the most exciting things that NASA has to offer. Mission control, things related to the International Space Station, manned space flight. All of these are really incredible things that I'm just thrilled to get involved with.
Mhm. Sounds exciting to me. In your opinion, who is the most influential person in the world of technology these days?
Okay. Well, I'm not sure about most influential, but can we just talk about Sam Altman for a second with OpenAI? I mean, besides just the technology, I think it really says something that after he got outed, like almost all 800 of his employees went to bat for him.
Mhm.
And and that's incredible to me because that says that not only is he a great leader for his employees, but it means that the employees believe in what they're working on as well. And I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned from how that company must operate. and I'd be really interested to learn more.
If you could pick one project existing now that you wish you were involved in, what would it be?
Well, I might be a little bit biased towards NASA missions, but I am really excited to get involved with the Artemis program, which is NASA's plan to bring people back to the moon and eventually after that to Mars. And I think manned human space exploration is just pushes the limits of human capabilities and human understanding. And I think that there could be no greater pinnacle for my life than to contribute to that in some meaningful way.
What is the most challenging thing you had to deal with during your career or your studies?
Sure. Well, at the beginning of this interview, I mentioned that I'm formerly homeless.
Mhm.
And there's a lot that comes with that. But I think one of the most challenging things that I've had to face um, along this journey is background checks. And don't get me wrong, because these things are here for a very good reason. Um, but anyone who has experienced homelessness or has gone to jail or has faced addiction, um, they'll they'll know what I mean when I say that there are a lot of people in this world who don't believe that change is possible, that don't believe that you can grow and overcome and change. And because of this, door shut or offers get withdrawn, and it can be really, really disheartening. Um, but what it really comes down to in the face of these things and things similar is determination. And I'm here today because we do recover.
Mhm.
I am here to prove um, without a doubt that with enough support, a person's past can be flipped into just this powerful strength. And I'm here to also encourage anyone else with a past um, that, hey, if I can do it, you certainly can too.
What is your greatest achievement up until today? I guess you mentioned already, but you can tell us a bit more.
Yeah, so I I am grateful to have achieved a lot of goals already. Being accepted into university, maintaining a 4.0, establishing a future with NASA. These are all things that not so long ago were perpetually out of reach. But you know, personally, my greatest achievement is overcoming homelessness. Um, you know, I'd lost hope so many times over the years, and I don't know, just somehow managed to find it again. Where I live in California, homelessness is it's everywhere. And there's this tendency to view someone on the streets no longer as a person, but as a homeless person. And there's this certain level of dehumanization that comes along with that perspective. And breaking free from that cycle of dehumanization was the most challenging thing that I believe that I will ever overcome. And I'm very, very proud to have done so.
What do you wish yourself with respect to your career?
I think I mentioned it in an earlier question, but I like to say that I can think of no greater pinnacle for my life than to contribute to space sciences and exploration in some significant, meaningful way. It's about pushing the limits of what we as humans are capable of. It's about broadening our understanding of not just our universe, but of ourselves as well.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I will certainly be still working at NASA, but I will also be working towards a PhD, most likely in astronautical engineering.
Mm-hmm. So this is your next goal, I guess, because this is my next question as well.
Yes, this is my next goal. That's my next large large scale goal. Small scale, I don't know. I think maybe I'd like to get diving certified or possibly a pilot's license.
Mm-hmm. Which famous person would you like to have dinner with and why?
Okay, so bear with me. I would like to have dinner with Elon Musk. And here's why.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I really, really admire what he did with SpaceX and
Mm-hmm.
his reusable rockets. Incredible stuff. But Twitter has been a travesty, and his posts have been, well, in my eyes, just abhorrent, right? So someone needs to talk some sense into him, and maybe I could try. Um,
Maybe.
I've seen I've seen enough people lose it to know that he's kind of in a tailspin. So so maybe if I sat down by some small chance, I could be the one to break that.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a person who influences you or motivates you?
Yeah, so there's one person in particular, astronaut Jose Hernandez. I actually have his book right here.
Mm-hmm.
I've met him a couple times, and his story is just really inspirational and really. Um, I drew a lot of lessons from his path and his journey, and about never giving up. It's his drive, his determination, but we are both the authors and the main characters of our lives. Why not write ourselves in as the hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason why we can't motivate ourselves while we can't be the hero that we look up to as well.
Mm-hmm. If you were asked to stay on a deserted island for 6 months, what three things would you take with you? It might be a planet, it doesn't have to be an island.
Oh, okay. Well, I would bring I would bring my acoustic guitar so
Mm-hmm.
I could have some music and maybe find time to practice
Mm-hmm.
finally. I would bring some famously difficult physics textbook like relativity or quantum field theory, something along these lines, because I think, maybe going through a few pages a day, I might actually be able to digest it,
Mm-hmm.
stay occupied. And I would bring some type of contraption like a solar panel connected to a motor of some
Mm-hmm.
sort. So that way I could just have fun building things, using the materials on the island, turn it into a little little resort.
Mm-hmm. And last question, what advice do you give to young people who want to follow a similar career path?
Yeah, I like this question. Um, I like to tell people that I talk to that life is very rarely about how smart you are. It is always about how determined you are. Apply to everything that interests you, whether you think you're fully qualified or not. Just don't tell yourself no with the things that you're passionate about. You may get 100 no's along the way, but it only takes one yes. And lastly, I like to tell people to find support. Success does not happen in a vacuum, it does not happen alone. So find support and support others, because behind every great human, every great achievement is a great network of support.
Well, I have to say that you are the example of how people can turn their lives around. And it's really nice to meet you. And I wish you all the best to your new career path. And I hope I will see you soon again with more exciting news from you.
Yes, thank you so much for your time, and I'd love to speak with you again.